Menelik II, born on August 17, 1844 in Angolala. His lineage traced back to King Solomon and Queen of Sheba. His father, Haile Melekot, was king of Shewa. His mother, Waizero Ejigayehu, was of noble birth. Menelik displayed authority and intelligence from a young age. He learned leadership from his father. He mastered Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. His education included military training. These lessons prepared him for future leadership. Menelik's idyllic childhood was shattered at the tender age of 12 when tragedy struck the kingdom of Shewa. His father, Haile Melekot, passed away, leaving a void in leadership and plunging the kingdom into a period of uncertainty. This loss had a profound impact on the young Menelik, forcing him to confront the harsh realities of power and mortality at a young age. He was thrust into a world of political maneuvering where alliances were fluid and ambition often outweighed loyalty. Tewodros II, a powerful warlord intent on unifying Ethiopia under his rule, saw an opportunity to consolidate his power. Tewodros II set his sights on Shewa, determined to bring the kingdom under his control. Despite the best efforts of Shewan forces, Tewodros II proved too strong, and the city fell. Menelik, along with his mother and many members of the Shewan royal family, was captured and taken as a prisoner to Tewodros II's mountain fortress of Magdala. Life in captivity was a stark contrast to the privileged upbringing Menelik had known in Shewa. He was stripped of his royal status and forced to endure the harsh conditions of Magdala. However, Menelik refused to be defined by his circumstances. He used his time in captivity to observe, learn, and strategize. He closely studied Tewodros II's strengths and weaknesses, gaining valuable insights into the art of leadership and the complexities of Ethiopian politics. Menelik also befriended some of his fellow captives, building alliances that would prove crucial in the years to come. In 1865, after a decade of captivity, Menelik saw an opportunity for escape. Taking advantage of the growing unrest in Tewodros II's ranks and a weakening of security during the Easter celebrations, Menelik made a daring escape from Magdala. He fled under the cover of darkness, navigating the treacherous mountain terrain with a small group of loyal followers. News of Menelik's escape spread like wildfire throughout Ethiopia, igniting a sense of hope and defiance against Tewodros II's rule. Upon his return to Shewa, Menelik was greeted with open arms. The people, weary of years of turmoil and eager for strong leadership, welcomed him as their rightful king. He quickly consolidated his power, re-establishing control over Shewa and embarking on a mission to restore the kingdom to its former glory. Menelik's years in captivity had a profound impact on his leadership style. He had witnessed firsthand the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of building a strong and stable realm. He learned from the mistakes of his predecessor Tewodros II, understanding that true power lay not only in military might, but also in diplomacy and strategic alliances. Menelik implemented a series of reforms aimed at strengthening the kingdom's economy, infrastructure, and military. He encouraged trade, improved agriculture, and invested in the development of roads and bridges, connecting the various regions of Shewa and facilitating economic growth. Under his leadership, Shewa emerged as a beacon of stability and prosperity in a region rife with conflict and division. Menelik II was not content with merely ruling Shewa. He envisioned a unified and powerful Ethiopia, free from internal strife and external threats. To achieve this vision, he embarked on a shrewd and calculated campaign of diplomacy and strategic alliances. He understood that Ethiopia, with its long history of regional kingdoms and rivalries, could only achieve true strength through unity. Menelik skillfully navigated the complex web of Ethiopian politics, forging alliances with powerful rulers and strategically positioning himself as the natural leader of a united Ethiopia. He engaged in diplomatic negotiations, arranged strategic marriages, and carefully cultivated relationships with key figures across the Ethiopian landscape. His diplomatic overtures extended beyond the borders of Ethiopia. He recognized the growing influence of European powers in the Horn of Africa and sought to establish diplomatic relations with them, securing their recognition of his legitimacy and safeguarding Ethiopia's sovereignty. Menelik's combination of diplomacy, military prowess and strategic vision ultimately prevailed. In 1889, Emperor Johannes IV died in battle. This event paved the way for Menelik's ascension to the throne. Menelik, with his strategic alliances and military strength, was the natural choice. On November 3, 1889, Menelik II was crowned emperor in Aksum. As emperor, Menelik unified and modernized Ethiopia. Menelik II's vision for Ethiopia extended far beyond its borders. He envisioned a modern and prosperous nation, one that embraced progress and innovation while preserving its rich cultural heritage. Central to this vision was the establishment of Addis Ababa, which he founded in 1886, and declared the new capital of Ethiopia in 1889. Located in a strategic location in the heart of the country, Addis Ababa, meaning new flower in Amharic, was carefully planned to reflect Menelik's vision for a modern capital city. He oversaw the construction of modern buildings, wide avenues and public squares, transforming Addis Ababa into a bustling center of government, commerce and culture. Menelik recognized that education was the cornerstone of progress. He established the first modern schools in Ethiopia, inviting foreign teachers and experts to share their knowledge and help train a new generation of Ethiopian leaders, professionals and intellectuals. One of Menelik II's most ambitious modernization projects was the construction of the Ethiopian Railway. Recognizing the transformative power of railways in connecting distant regions, facilitating trade and fostering economic growth, Menelik envisioned a railway that would link Addis Ababa to the outside world. Construction of the railway began in 1897, with French engineers overseeing the project. The railway faced numerous challenges, including difficult terrain, financial constraints, and political opposition from some quarters. However, Menelik remained committed to his vision, investing significant resources and political capital into the project. The completion of the first section of the railway, connecting Addis Ababa to the city of Dawa in 1902, was a momentous occasion, marking a significant step forward in Ethiopia's modernization efforts. The railway facilitated trade and commerce, connecting the Ethiopian highlands to the Red Sea coast and opening up new markets for Ethiopian goods. Menelik II's reign was not without its challenges. The scramble for Africa by European powers posed a significant threat to Ethiopia's independence. Italy, eager to establish a colonial foothold in the Horn of Africa, had its sights set on Ethiopia. In 1895, Italy launched a military campaign against Ethiopia, seeking to exploit internal divisions and expand its colonial possessions. Menelik, however, had anticipated Italy's ambitions and had been meticulously preparing for this moment. He rallied his people, calling upon them to defend their nation's sovereignty. The Ethiopian army, equipped with modern weapons and trained in modern warfare, marched north to confront the invading Italian forces. On March 1, 1896, the two armies clashed at the Battle of Adidabuwe, a decisive battle that would determine the fate of Ethiopia. The Ethiopian army, led by Emperor Menelik II and Empress Taitu Betul, decisively defeated the Italian forces, securing Ethiopia's independence and cementing Menelik's legacy as a national hero. Menelik II's reign came to an end with his death in 1913. He left behind a legacy of unity, modernization, and unwavering resistance to colonial encroachment. Under his leadership, Ethiopia had undergone a period of remarkable transformation, emerging as a unified and modern nation-state capable of safeguarding its independence on the world stage. Menelik's legacy is multifaceted. He is revered as the father of modern Ethiopia, the visionary leader who unified a divided nation, modernized its institutions, and secured its place in the community of nations. His reforms laid the groundwork for Ethiopia's future development, setting in motion a process of modernization and progress that continues to shape the nation today. Menelik's victory at the Battle of AWA stands as a beacon of hope and inspiration for colonized people throughout the world, demonstrating that it was possible to resist colonial subjugation and preserve one's independence.